Obi-Wan Kenobi, the greatest Jedi of all time, finally has his own series on Disney+. Now, I love Star Wars. And if you love Star Wars, you're probably watching this video as well. And hey, maybe you also love Star Wars so much your proudest achievements as a teenager was meeting Anthony Daniels, writing a Star Wars fan film, and commissioning a handcrafted $400 lightsaber with an official Kevlar woven lightsaber blade made by the same company that made Darth Maul's in Episode 1. And maybe you also own a custom cosplay costume that you've never worn out in public. I'm not here to argue about who's the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm here to tell you why Obi-Wan Kenobi is the greatest Jedi ever and why Ewan McGregor is an amazing person. So first up, what is the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series about? Obi-Wan Kenobi begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where Obi-Wan Kenobi faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice Anakin Skywalker, who turns to the dark side as the evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. How good is that? As for Ewan McGregor and why he is awesome, he's a Scottish actor who has starred in a bunch of films and musicals, winning awards for his involvement in Halston, Moulin Rouge, Beginners, Trainspotting, Brassed Off, Emma, The Pillow Book, American Pastoral, T2 Trainspotting, Beauty and the Beast, The Ghost Rider, A Life Less Ordinary, Shallow Grave, Black Hawk Down, August Osage Country, Low Impossible. But outside all of that, he's actually a very charitable person. Since 2004, he has constantly fundraised and advocated for UNICEF's work for children worldwide, which all started with a book and series he helped create called Long Way Round, where he and Charlie Boorman traveled 31,000 kilometers from London to New York on motorcycles. It was from the making of this series that he actually saw all of the help and support that UNICEF bring to the world and has been an advocate ever since. So much so that in 2010, he was appointed by the French government as a Knight of the Order of the Arts and Letters, and in 2013 was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire for services to drama and charity. So the long and short of it all is that he is an amazing actor who's also a very kind person. And now we shall talk about why I think he is the greatest Jedi. Now, I know there are a lot of people who are not going to agree with this, but this is my theory as to why Obi-Wan Kenobi is the greatest Jedi of all time. I've been putting a lot of thought into this over the last couple of days, and then the more I think about it, is how it is. Best Jedi. I want to just clarify, he is not the most powerful Force user Jedi, and he's also not the absolute best at lightsaber fighting Jedi. My argument is he is everything the Jedi aspire to be. He's honorable, he's kind, he's fearless, the best of the best. The best Jedi. Reason number one, we don't know his full potential. A lot of Sith and Jedi like to flex their powers, pulling planets, flipping all over the place, throwing lightsabers, but of all the Jedi, we've never truly seen the measure of what Obi-Wan is capable of. Once described to be
as wise as Master Yoda and as powerful as Master Windu.
And yet we've never seen the full extent of his power. And in my opinion, I think it's because he doesn't want anyone to see it. And I think that is really hammered home in his battle history, which brings me to number 2. He's a master of combat. If you really want to dive deep, Obi-Wan Kenobi started as a Form 4 lightsaber battle stance Jedi, which he learned from his master Qui-Gon Jinn. But then, after his battle with Darth Maul, he moved over to Form 3. Now the key differences are, Form 4 is known as Ataru, the way of the Hawkbat, or the aggression form, and Form 3 is known as Seresu, the way of the Minok, or the resilience form. Through mastering and swapping between both stances, he earned himself a rather amazing battle record. As a Padawan, Obi-Wan defeated the Sith Lord Darth Maul, the first Sith that any Jedi had fought in a long, long time, the same Sith that cut down his master Qui-Gon Jinn only moments before. He then also defeated Darth Maul a second time, but as soon as the fight was over, showed kindness, especially after what Maul had put him through in the story up until that point. General Grievous flaunted how many Jedi he killed, and what did Obi-Wan do? He dropped in on him, cool as a cucumber, surrounded by an army.
Hello there.
And fought him in a one-on-one. Unafraid and adapting to his surroundings, he took down a Jedi hunter that had claimed numerous other Jedi up until that point. Jango Fett, a Mandalorian, the one picked to be cloned because he was a master of combat, and blah blah blah, the father of Boba Fett. My point is, a Mandalorian who had defeated Jedi, chased away by Obi-Wan. He destroyed Anakin on Mustafar, all the while trying to reason with him, giving him constant opportunities to stop the fight. I like to think he stayed his hand, knowing that there was a struggle inside of Anakin. The same struggle that ultimately brought down the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. Okay, fine, he lost to Count Dooku. But Dooku was an incredible opponent who defeated Anakin and many other Jedi. Now, if you know your Clone Wars, Obi-Wan faced Dooku many more times and never again was so easily defeated. Number 3, his biggest weakness is also his biggest strength. While the Jedi Code forbid possession and attachments, the Jedi were encouraged and trained to love in terms of compassion. So what is compassion? Sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. That is Obi-Wan to his core, a trait that so few other Jedis really show. Number 4, he took accountability for his mistakes. He was defeated by Darth Vader in A New Hope, but it was a choice. When he said the line,
"You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine."
he said it with fearlessness. He was willing to give his life so that he could help guide Luke, who was the one to bring balance to the Force, to right the wrongs that his compassion had arguably created. I think a lot of people agree he's everything that the Jedi aspired to be. Now, I could keep going arguing about the extended universe, about the books, about this and that, but you're either going to agree with me or not. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But also, if you do agree with me, then you figured it out. So, subscribe to the channel. I'm happy for you to argue with me in the comments. They've got a Disney Plus affiliate code in the description below so you can watch Obi-Wan. And maybe after this video, I will make a video about who the best Sith is and why it is Darth Jar Jar.